What's up guys, Bottai Pigs for Life here, and today we're in Jurassic World Evolution 2 for what could possibly be the very last time, as today we are going to be taking a look back at the future of Hallman's dream and ranking all of the Jurassic Parks that we have built throughout this series. Bit of a disclaimer, we won't be including anything like the DFW facilities, Biosyn Valley, Manticore Island, any of those parks, because the main focus of today's video is going to be ranking the parks that we've built in, like I said, the future of Hallman's dream. So, with all that being said, let's get right into the ranking. So, coming in at number 7, we have Jurassic Park Isla Sorna. So, this was the very first sandbox park that we made in the future of Hallman's dream, and this park in particular is very unique because it actually has a theme which is centered around prehistoric species that would have lived during the Jurassic period. So, we've got early Jurassic species over here, mainly Kayenta Formation and Hansen Formation. We've got Middle Jurassic with Jurassic Asia and Jurassic Europe with all the lagoons, and we have Late Jurassic with Morrison and Tendaguru formations. So honestly, looking back at it, I'm already seeing a bunch of places where I could have added improvements, especially like this little area over here. I totally could have added like a fountain or something else. And as you can see, this park has definitely undergone some changes, especially as new species have been added, such as the J-Holopterus, as well as the Segisaurus. But yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with this park. However, you can definitely see in some of our other parks that we'll see later in this video exactly how much I have improved as a builder in Jurassic World Evolution 2. So because of that, this park will be ranked at number 7. Don't dislike it, I just like a lot of the other parks that we will see later in this video a lot better than this one. So now onto our number 6 slot, we have Jurassic Park Yosemite. This by far has to be one of, if not our biggest park yet. And honestly, while I was building it, I, quite frankly, did not know exactly what I was gonna do with all of the space that I was given. So because of that, a lot of the enclosures were very spacious, which resulted in some very nice herbivore valleys, especially over here with the Cloverleaf Formation. We've got some Sauroposeidons. Love this enclosure. And already, if you look at some of our guest sections, you can see that there is a stark contrast between here and Jurassic Park Isla Sorna. And again, you can see that a couple changes have been made, especially in this area over here, and as more and more species were added to the game that I thought would fit the environment rather nice. But yeah, again, over here, love this guest section. Probably could have added a little bit more over here. Again, the guest sections and the plazas are definitely a lot more fleshed out than we saw in Jurassic Park Isla Sorna. However, like I'm probably going to keep saying, you'll see much later in this video that some of our other parks have a lot more in store that rank them just a little bit above this park. You can even see here I tried Evolution Square's waterfall trick with the snow brush. It's gonna be so nice to actually be able to create waterfalls in Jurassic World Evolution 3. I cannot wait. But regardless, huge improvements from the last park. However, even more improvements can still be made. So because of that, this park is going into our number 6 slot. Coming at our number 5 spot, we have Jurassic Park Pennsylvania. So much like Jurassic Park Isla Sorna, this park has a theme, and that theme is centered around North America during the Cretaceous period. So we have everything from the Cloverleaf Formation to the Western Interior Seaway to Hell Creek, Dinosaur Park, and the Kirtland Formation. So honestly, looking at some of the guest sections, and a lot of them are definitely lacking with the decorations. However, with that being said, the reason this ranks above Yosemite and Isla Sorna is because I was really excited to build for a lot of these species, especially like Albertosaurus and Archelon, and even like some of the Hell Creek dinosaurs, which I had never really built for in sandbox mode before. So because of that, I was just super duper excited. And you know, with that being said, there were definitely a lot of unique novelties in this park, such as the small enclosure for the Hesperonychus. And on top of that, one other huge factor that I have to take into account with this park is that this was definitely where I started to gain a little bit more of a community on YouTube. It definitely helped that it was around the time of starting this playthrough that I got my new gaming laptop, so that made building this park so much easier. But yeah, that combined with just the sheer amount of diverse species that I was super excited to build, as well as the community that I've started to build with this series, ranks this just above Jurassic Park Yosemite in the number 5 slot. So now on to our number 4 spot, we have our most recent park build, that is Jurassic Park Germany. Much like with Jurassic Park Pennsylvania, there were plenty of species that I was really excited to build for, such as Sinoceratops, Syntausaurus, Concavenator, Tyranotitan especially. Loved building the enclosure for the Tyranotitans. And even the lagoon species like Megalodon, Shonisaurus, Nothosaurus. I loved building for all of these species, but those were some of my favorites. Not to mention, all of these guest sections, you can definitely take a look at this and then look back at something like Isla Sorna or Pennsylvania and see just how much I have improved as a builder. Even so far as to adding variations with the amenities. Like, all in all, this was such an amazing park build. On top of the fact that I was able to make just so much use out of all the attractions that we have in this game, and even come up with some of my own, such as this beach and the outdoor movie theater. All in all, this is definitely a case of I don't dislike this, but I just like some of the other park builds just a tiny bit better. But overall, such a fun and amazing park build. So that is why we are putting this park at our number 4 slot. Alright, so now we are at the top 3 best parks of the Future of Hammond's Dream, and coming in at 3rd place, we have Jurassic Park Malta. So again, this is one of our larger parks, but unlike with Jurassic Park Yosemite, I did not run out of ideas for species I wanted to use and attractions and enclosures that I wanted to put in all the space that we had. I especially love all of the herbivore valleys that we have, and especially the use of the elevation. Like, when we started, we had so many different points of elevation. We had 1, we had 2, we had 3, and we had 4 levels, and I feel like each one of those levels is fleshed out perfectly. Like, we've got so many good vantage points to look at the dinosaurs, which in and of themselves are just so interesting. I especially loved building for all of the African species, such as Ouranosaurus, Spinosaurus. And on top of that, the South American species, Dreadnoughtus, Antarctosaurus, Carnotaurus, and even all of our itty-bitty species like Archaeoceratops and Gigantoraptor especially. Not an itty-bitty species, but I love building for these guys. On top of that, one thing I also loved was being able to balance out the Jurassic World, the Jurassic Park, and even the Malta hotels. Like, I loved getting to use the Malta hotels, and not to mention the plazas and the guest sections look utterly amazing. So because of that, this park build is definitely worthy of third place. Alright, so taking our number 2 spot, we have Jurassic Park United Kingdom. This definitely one of our smallest parks, but it just goes to show that even the smallest parks can be so well put together, especially with the guest sections, like all the decorations, and even like the colors of the buildings, like just look utterly phenomenal. Thing about it, this park does also have a theme, and that theme is all European dinosaurs. So we have the Jurassic coasts of the UK, and then we have the early Cretaceous wetlands full of baryonyx. Again, one of my favorite species to build for in Jurassic World Evolution 2. I was very pleased with how this enclosure turned out. Like all the wetlands, but yeah, all these enclosures look just so phenomenal. And again, you can see with the guest sections that all like these decorations, like we've certainly come a long way from our humble beginnings on Isla Sorna. So yeah, I had such a fun time building this park, and it definitely paid off, because while this season of the Future of Ham's Dream was a short one, each of those videos got at least 500 views a pop, and I was just so motivated because of that to want to keep building this park. So that's honestly part of the reason why it ended so quickly, was because I was just so motivated by all the support that this season got to want to keep going with this park. So because of that, this park definitely earned the number 2 spot. So now, before we move on to our number 1 ranking, I just want to give a few honorable mentions to some parks that I decided to build off camera. So our first honorable mention is none other than Jurassic Park Isla Nublar. So this, of course, is where it all started. I had made several parks on Isla Nublar beforehand, all of which were not in sandbox mode. But this is the one I built in sandbox mode, and undoubtedly the best one yet. If you guys want to see a full tour of this park, I did upload one for, I believe, the 3-year anniversary of Jurassic World Evolution 2, so be sure to go check that out once you've finished up this video. So this is by no means meant to be a one-to-one recreation of Jurassic Park. However, I definitely took a lot of inspiration from it. So for instance, the dirt road that leads into the Brachiosaur Valley, the iconic visitor center right in front of the lake, and my favorite part, undoubtedly, is this beautiful Tyrannosaurus Rex enclosure. Like, we got the drop area, we've got the muddy area, we've got the toilet that Donald Gennaro gets eaten, we have the Triceratops droppings over here. I'm trying to think what else. Oh yeah, we have the Raptor quarantine paddock. Don't worry, they get a much larger area over here. Ooh, social animation. And we even have the Gallimimus Valley that they stampede across. So yeah, a lot of inspiration from the first Jurassic Park, and because of that, I absolutely love this park. Our second honorable mention, unsurprisingly, is Jurassic Park San Diego. So this was a park that I showed for, I believe, the 2-year anniversary of Jurassic World Evolution 2. If you want to go check it out, feel free to do so after you watch this video. I will warn you, the quality is pretty bad because I recorded this on my old computer. And honestly, looking back at it, I can definitely see some areas where I could have put plenty of decorations. I mean, I did put this Lonely Fountain and Spinosaurus skeleton, but yeah, I definitely could have done a lot more with this park. I have made a couple changes, such as replacing the Amargasaurus with Antarctosaurus, and the Sciarodactylus and Tapejara with Thanatos Dracon. But yeah, other than that, really did enjoy making this park. Pretty much all just desert species. Again, looking back at it, definitely could use a lot more decorations. I will say, I do love the use of the lagoons, especially this one surrounding the arrival points. And also, much like with Jurassic Park Isla Nublar, I did attempt to make a Jurassic Park San Diego in Chaos Theory mode. However, it was not nearly as good as this one we have right here. So because of that, well deserving of an honorable mention. So now, this last honorable mention is actually of a park that you guys have never seen before, and that is Jurassic Park Ontario. Obviously, we are on the Canada map. I just feel like Jurassic Park Ontario has much more of a ring to it than Jurassic Park Canada. And yeah, I'm just gonna give you guys a rough tour of the park. We have Arrival Point, Visitor Center, we have amenities, we have Nanosaurus enclosure right here. We've got Pachyrhinosaurus, Edmontosaurus, and Alaskacephaly. These are all species that were from Jurassic Park Yosemite. We have Zungariptorus, we have Kelmiosaurus. Yeah, it is very hard to see. And we have this beautiful enclosure for Warhosaurus. Got tons and tons of Warhosaurus. You can definitely tell once again that these guest sections are a lot more fleshed out than they were in some of our previous parks that we ranked. We have some Antarctopelta over here. We have Imperabator over here. We have Utah Ceratops over here. Honestly, let's get a look at the Pachyrhinosaurus too. Might as well. And the Edmontosaurus, because why not? We have a huge herd of Edmontosaurus in here, and Pachyrhinosaurus for that matter. We have Parasaurolophus circristatus in here, alongside some Nasutoceratops. Up here, we have another guest section with some Utahraptors. Some Cryolophosaurus. And some Glacialosaurus. So now, this was supposed to be the park that we built in the Future of Hammond's Dreams Season 8. However, as you guys all know, we of course ran out of time before the release of Jurassic World Evolution 3. So because of that, I just decided to build this all off camera. I do, however, have all the footage that I took of me building this. So if you guys do want to see the full process as well as a full tour, just like I did with the other parks, then feel free to leave a comment down below. So that's it for our honorable mentions. So now it is time for our number 1 ranking. And now for our number 1 spot, we have Jurassic Park Grand Canyon. I loved building this park. I really looked forward to it in the seasons leading up to it, and I especially loved the challenge of having to build in between all these little plateaus. I'm like really serious when I say this was one of my favorite series that I did here on YouTube. On top of that, if we just take a look at some of these guest sections, as well as even the enclosures, like, they just look absolutely phenomenal. Like, just look at this. This guest section especially, I love these little areas of nature that are surrounded by the path. Like, all of these little guest plazas and, like, all the abstractness of this, if that's even a word. Like, especially this area over here, like, it just looks absolutely stunning. By far one of my favorite parts of this park is this area over here, leading to this tiny little guest section where we have the Oviraptor and Mononychus interaction area. Like, this has to be one of the best enclosures yet that I have ever built. On top of that, this whole guest section right over here, like, especially this plaza, like, I just love how this entire park turned out. And also, much like with Jurassic Park UK, I had so much motivation to build this park, not only because it looked absolutely phenomenal, but also because you guys really supported the Future of Hammond's Dream Season 4, where we built this park. And that support in and of itself really motivated me to keep building this park. And because of that, this park looks absolutely incredible. And I just have all of you guys to thank for all the support that you've shown throughout this season of the Future of Hammond's Dream. And that, again, combined with just how awesome it looks, ranks this park as our number 1 Jurassic Park that we have built in Jurassic World Evolution 2. So yeah, that's pretty much my personal ranking of all the Jurassic Parks that we built in the Future of Hammond's Dream. Feel free to comment down below how you would like to rank each of these parks, because I'm really curious to see what you guys think of the Future of Hammond's Dream. So now, before we officially sign off from Jurassic World Evolution 2, I just want to give a few quick words about this amazing game. For starters, Jurassic World Evolution 2 has been a huge part of the channel from almost the very beginning. I believe that it only came out a few months after I uploaded my very first video, and I definitely attribute the growth of my channel to this game. Jurassic World Evolution 2 has been with me through some of my proudest milestones so far, such as reaching 50 and 100 subscribers respectively. And just by the likes of Jurassic Park Grand Canyon, Jurassic Park UK, Jurassic Park Pennsylvania, where each of those videos received hundreds, sometimes thousands of views, and even videos such as my Manticore Island videos, this game has seriously helped my community grow into what it is right here, right now. So Jurassic World Evolution 2, before I exit the game for quite possibly the very last time, I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for bringing my channel to where it is today. And to all you guys watching, thank you all so much for sticking with me throughout this incredible game. So yeah, with that being said, that is gonna wrap up today's video. Really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If so, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to see some more Planet Zoo and Jurassic World Evolution 3 content. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.